Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mythlok, your portal to the world's most fascinating myths and legends. This is your host Nitin Nair, and today we're diving deep into one of Korea's most chilling urban legends, the Cho-nyo Gwishin, or the Virgin Ghost. If you've ever heard whispers of eerie figures with long black hair, pale faces, and tattered hanbok dresses haunting abandoned buildings or remote villages in Korea, you may have already encountered the legend of the Cho-nyo Gwishin. But is she just a ghostly tale passed down through generations, or do real encounters suggest otherwise? Let's find out. The Cho-nyo Gwishin is a type of Gwishin or ghost in Korean folklore. She is instantly recognizable. Pale, almost deathly white skin, hollow eyes filled with sorrow or rage, and long, unkempt black hair that falls over her face. She is typically seen wearing a white hanbok, the traditional mourning dress, as she roams the earthly realm. Unlike other spirits who may fade into obscurity, she lingers, unable to move due to the unfulfilled fate of never experiencing marriage or love in her lifetime. In Korean culture, marriage and family are central to one's life journey. Women who died unmarried were believed to have an incomplete soul, making them more susceptible to becoming restless spirits. The Cho-nyo Gwishin in particular is often portrayed as a vengeful, envious of the living, and drawn to places where life continues without her. She is said to haunt abandoned buildings, forests, and even schools, anywhere she might have once wished to be alive and loved. Some stories claim she seeks revenge against men, while others describe her as simply lost, waiting for someone to perform the proper rituals to free her from her limbo. Legends persist because of the stories people tell, and when it comes to Cho-nyo Gwishin, the eerie encounters are endless. One famous case comes from the Ganjim Psychiatric Hospital, one of Korea's most haunted places. Paranormal investigators and thrill seekers who have entered the now closed facility often report hearing whispers and sobbing from empty rooms. Some even claim to have seen a woman with long black hair standing motionless in the shadows before disappearing into thin air. Another case occurred in a rural school in Gyeonggi province, where students reported seeing a pale woman in the restroom mirror. Some said she would brush her hair slowly, while others claimed she would lock eyes with them, filling them with an overwhelming sense of dread. These encounters became so frequent that some students refused to use the bathroom alone after dark. Even in modern Seoul, there have been accounts of a ghostly woman following commuters late at night, particularly near the desolate train stations or dimly lit alleyways. Some claim she simply lingers in the distance, while others say she vanishes the moment they blink. Like many famous urban legends, the Cho-nyo Gwishin has made her way into pop culture. She's a staple in Korean horror films, TV dramas, and even webcomics. Movies like Whispering Corridors and The Wailing borrow heavily from her legend, portraying vengeful female spirits lurking in schools or the countryside. In Korean variety shows, ghost stories featuring Cho-nyo Gwishin are often told as cautionary tales, keeping the younger generation aware of her lingering presence. Video games have also embraced her terrifying form. Fans of horror games might recognize her influence in White Day, a labyrinth-named school, where players must navigate a haunted school filled with restless spirits, including eerie female ghosts with long black hair obscuring their faces. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this dive into Korean folklore, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Mythlok brings you the best of mythology, folklore, and urban legends from around the world, so stay tuned for more spine-chilling stories. Do write to us and comment on the video, and we will respond to each and every comment that you do. Now back to the episode. Why do stories of the Cho-nyo Gwishin still terrify people today? Is it just superstition, or is there something more to it? Some psychologists suggest that ghostly apparitions like hers tap into cultural fears, loneliness, unfulfilled desires, and mostly of being forgotten. Others believe that there may be something supernatural at play, with real spirits caught between the realms of the living and the dead. Some who claim to have encountered her say they felt an overwhelming sorrow, as if the spirit was merely seeking comfort rather than vengeance. Could it be that these spirits just want to be acknowledged? Or are they warning us not to take life and relationships for granted? The legend of the Cho-nyo Gwishin is one of Korea's most enduring ghost stories, and whether you believe in ghosts or not, there is no denying the unsettling presence she holds in the collective consciousness of Korean culture. But what do you think? Are these encounters just tricks of the mind, or is there truly something beyond our understanding lurking in the shadows? With that thought, we come to the end of another chilling episode of the Urban Legends series on Mythlok. This is your host Nitin Nair, reminding you to stay curious and stay mythical. See you next time.